இந்த வீடியோவில் Pgtrb கெமிஸ்ட்ரி எக்ஸாமோட அஃபிஷியல் ஆன்சர் கீ பார்க்க போகிறோம். 1 to 150 கொஸ்டின்ஸ் இருக்குது. அது எல்லா கொஸ்டின்ஸுக்கான அந்த அஃபிஷியல் ஆன்சர் கீ இந்த வீடியோவில் நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். ஃபஸ்ட்டு கொஸ்டின், bond angle in water molecule is 104.5 degree instead of 109 because of lone pair repulsion. அடுத்த question, which one of the following ion is smallest in size? Na plus. Bond order of H2 plus ion is B, option B, 1/2. Compare the boiling points of CH4, H2O, NH3, HF, option A. Arrange the following ions in the increasing order of ionic radius. இதுக்கு வந்துட்டு O2 minus, F minus, அதுக்கப்புறமா Mg2 plus obtained. Then என்ன ஆகுது? The bond order increases and bond length decreases. Ionization isomerism among the following is option B கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. The ligand used for the estimation of nickel in gravimetric analysis is DMG. Square planar complexes of the type Ma2B2 where A and B are monodendrite ligands. அப்புறம் 10th question, cobalt exists in 2 oxidation states. இதுக்கு வந்துட்டு aqueous medium. Next one, cis trans isomerism occurs in octahedral and square planar. Among the following complex which can exhibit optical isomerism is option D. The order of relative stabilities of various cations are இதுக்கும் option D. 14th one, இதில் ஒரு ஈக்குவேஷன் கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. இதுக்கு வந்துட்டு option D correct answer. SN1 reaction is generally accelerated by increase in polarity of the solvent. Option A. The reaction rate of any reaction depends on activation energy of the transition state. Molecularity and rate of SN1 reactions are unimolecular first order. One of the modern method of studying free radical is CIDNP. The velocity of electron in hydrogen atom in its ground state is 2.2 in 10 power 6 meter per second. The de Broglie wavelength of this electron 0.33 nanometer. Which of the following Bohr's theory explanation is correct? And the spectrum of hydrogen atom or ions containing one electron only. Next question, at what wavelength does the maximum in the energy density distribution function for the black body occur if temperature is equal to 3000 K? இதுக்கு ஆப்ஷன் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 9.67 in 10 power minus 7 meter. The electrons are emitted from a metal surface illuminated by the ultraviolet radiation is photoelectron. Next one, dash is called de Broglie relationship. Lambda is equal to H by mv. Next question, operators have the property to yield real eigenvalues are called Hermitian operator. Gibbs-Duhem equation is option A. VdP minus SdT is equal to sigma Ni d mu I. So a convenient form of the Sackur-Tetrode equation is option C கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. The equation for standard Gibbs free energy del G is equal to VdP minus SdT. Variation with temperature of the molar heat capacity at constant volume of a monoatomic solid source. இதுக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா no phase changes over the temperature up to stock. At equilibrium and at constant temperature and pressure, option B கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. If a system A is in equilibrium with the B and B is in thermal equilibrium with the C, then A and C are equilibrium with each other. This is a statement of option D, zeroth law of thermodynamics. Calculate del E for the below reaction. இதுக்கு ஆன்சர் வந்துட்டு A. Nucleides of mass number dash shows a special feature 9, 13, 17. In India, fissile material dash occurs in plenty. Thorium கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. Alpha particles are ejected from atomic nuclei with a velocity in the order of dash of light velocity. 5% of light velocity. The empirical relationship between the range and energy of alpha particle is option A கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. அடுத்தது dash is an example for a control rod in nuclear reactor to control nuclear fission reaction. இதில் ஆப்ஷன் சி கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. The element used in nuclear reactor is இதில் C13 கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. When aqueous ammonia is added to a solution of cobalt dichloride, for which composition turns pink? Here option B. Option B is the correct alternative. How many bands are obtained for IRBr62 minus complex in charge transfer spectra? Option 2. 6 coordinated complexes possess distorted octahedral structure due to John Teller effect. The molar magnetic susceptibility value NH3 gas is first one minus 18 into 10 power 6 centimeter cube mole inverse. Next one, in IR CO stretching frequency of metal carbonyl is in the order of option B Mn CO6 plus. இந்த ஆர்டர் கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. At Curie temperature the ferromagnetic material become இதில் வந்துட்டு paramagnetic. An electron source in the aromatic electrophilic substitution reaction is an aromatic system. Benzene diazonium chloride reacts a base which favors the formation of an arene intermediate from a simple haloarene is NH2 minus. Which of the following statement is true? இதில் வந்துட்டு anthracene is more aromatic than naphthalene. Next one, which among the following is meta-directing group? NO2. In elimination addition mechanism, the intermediate formed is benzene. The intermediate formed is benzene. Carbonyl compounds react with dash to form alcohols, both LiAlH4 and NaBH4. Benzene is formed by the overlap of which hybridized orbital? sp2. In the third order reaction, the number of molecules involved in rate determining step. இதில் வந்துட்டு 3. In the Hammett equation, sigma represents order of the reaction. As per the Hammett equation, the electron donating group is OH. When Km greater than S, the Michaelis-Menten equation is first one R is equal to K dash S. The frequency factor in the collision theory is square root of temperature. With an increased in temperature of the reactants from 295 degrees Celsius to 305 degrees Celsius, the increase by 2%. The most vibrational transition occurs in case of alcohols OH group in IR spectroscopy, 4000 to 400. Which of the following shift leads to decreased intensity of absorption? Hypochromic shift. Which of the nuclei listed below shows more peak splitting in ESR? Mn55. What is the correct order of lambda max for N2 sigma star transition? Option B கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. Selection rule for rotational vibrational Raman spectra for a diatomic gaseous molecule is option B. Next one, which element do not show Auger spectra in electron spectroscopy? H2. Schottky defect in a crystal is observed when in the option B, equal number of cations anions are missing from the lattice. Spinels have the formula AB2O4 where A can be 2A. Which of the following possess physical property values that are different in different direction? Crystalline solids. An ionic solid is a poor conductor of electricity because ions aren't free to move in a solid. Essential action for laser is stimulated emission. According to sequence rule, the correct order of priority of groups atoms attached to the asymmetric carbon atom for assigning RS configuration is option B. So the isomerism that arises due to restricted rotation about carbon-carbon double bond is called Geometrical isomerism. The instrument used to measure optical activity, polarimeter. Next question. The most stable conformation of decalene is transdecalene. Number of double bonds present in squalene is 6 double bond. Direct use of acrylate is not suitable for the synthesis of quinoline under scrap synthesis condition. The reason is polymerization. Furan reduced to tetrahydrofuran in the presence of palladium, PDO. Fundamental unit in terpenoid is 2-methyl 1,3-butadiene. Okay. Next question. The method used to open the heterocyclic ring in pyridine is Hofmann exhaustive methylation. Splitting of spectral lines in an external magnetic field is Seemann effect. The molecule which is Raman active and IR inactive in the following is N2, which is Hamiltonian operator in. அப்போ இதுக்கு correct answer இந்த D. Two functions f1, f2 of the same set of coordinates dash is said to be orthogonal. Option D. Dash is reducible representation. First one, option A. Thin layer chromatography is based on adsorption partition. In DTA, endothermic processes are more likely to occur than exothermic processes because heat is extracted from the sample. In neutron diffraction, neutrons are scattered by atomic nuclei. For a bivariant system, the two variables to be specified are temperature and pressure. Low temperature CD measurements are useful in conformation and solvation. The electronically excited state is produced photochemically known as luminescence. Which one of the following molecule does not obey 18 electron rule? MnCO4 Cl2 2-. The reaction of acetyl chloride and AlCl3 with ferrocene gives இதுக்கு option A. Option A கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. Next question. RH2CO4 Cl2 complex has 2 Cl bridging ligands. The coupling constant reaches its maximum for a dihedral angle of 180 degree. Predict the number of lines in the ESR spectrum of CF2D radical in 9 lines. The value of quadrupole moment of KCl is 0.04 mole. The hyperfine structure in the ESR spectrum of the methyl radical is quartet. The chemical shift of CHBr is in the range 2.7 to 4.1. The Cartesius rearrangement involves pyrolysis of acyl acid to isocyanate. Wittig reagent is phosphorus ylide. The sigmatropic rearrangement of allyl aryl ethers to ortho or para allyl phenol is known as Claisen rearrangement. In SI system, the unit of cell constant is meter inverse. The salt used to form salt bridge is KCl. Specific conductance is cell constant and measured conductance. The molar conductance of a strong electrolyte at infinite dilution tends to be finite value, which is dash that at higher concentration above. The electrified interface model successful for the Na plus and F minus ions which do not absorb at the electrode is Strand model. The minimum number of functionality of a monomer of a polymer is 1. Which of the following is a thermosetting plastic? Bakelite. The polymer that obtained through Beckmann rearrangement is nylon. Average molecular weight of polymer calculated by formula கட்டுக்காங்க sample weight by number of moles in sample. The interpretation of stimuli proceeding from environment and acting upon the individual is called as perception. Which of the following emphasized that every type of education open to men should also be open to women? Secondary Education Commission. Association theory of learning emphasizes the importance connection between dash and dash, stimulus and response. The laws of learning which govern learning by trial and error was suggested by Thorndike. Which of the following should be as flexible as possible to meet the requirements of varying individual differences among the students? Curriculum. In the following types of reasoning, which one is useful to us for formulate generalized principles and conclusion on the basis of certain facts and specific examples by? Inductive, தூண்டுதல். Who is the pioneer of humanistic psychology? Maslow. Conceptual intelligence means ability to deal with ideas. Good colleges were given autonomous status in order to promote innovation and experimentation. The objective of national educational policy is removal of disparities and to equalize educational opportunities. Pace setting schools are meant for talented children. Operation Blackboard program was started in the year 1987. The target age group of National Literacy Mission is 15 to 35. Non-formal education program was created particularly for working children. Financial assistance of Operation Blackboard was provided by central government. The concept now used in the context of intra-OECD competition for the best brains is brain drain. The apparatus used to determine the span of attention is tachistoscope. The basic activities of reading, writing, speaking of a person depends on dash motor skills. According to which one of the following learning theories, punishment for shaping the desirable behavior should be avoided? Theory of operant conditioning. Intelligence is the ability to solve problems. Intelligence tests are based on the work of a French psychologist Alfred Binet. When were Cattell's culture fair scales published? 1930. What is the age of early adulthood? 19 to 23. Who says social change involves 5 types of changes? Johnson. Enrichment is one of the educational provision for the dash children. Gifted children. The first Indian satellite built exclusively for serving the educational sector is EduSat. The dash is a mixture of online and face-to-face learning, blended learning. Dash communication is very effective in influencing attitudes and behavior of an individual. Interpersonal communication. One of the following is the innovative instructional software for classroom teaching, PowerPoint presentation. Education is to be concurrent list suggested by Swaran Singh Commission. During Sangam age, sea traders are known by the name dash Manaikan. During the First World War, which American president introduced the 14 points? Woodrow Wilson. The height of the Kangaikunda Cholapuram temple is 55 meter. Statement 1. Baramagal Plateau is a part of the Mysore Plateau situated in the northwestern part of Tamil Nadu. Statement 2. This plateau height ranges from 350 to 710 meters. Dharmaburi and Krishnagiri districts are located in this region. Statement 1 and 2 are right. The book D. Magnet was published by magnetite William Gilbert. The term googly involved in the game cricket. All districts of Tamil Nadu except these districts were bifurcated at different points of time. Chennai, Nilgiris and Kanyakumari. For the mass production of human insulin synthetically, one of the following organism is used. E. coli. The half-life period of insulin in the plasma is 6 minutes. When one of the following is, which one of the following is wrongly matched? அப்போ இதுக்கு வந்து ஆப்ஷன் ஏ. அப்போ திண்டுக்கல் வந்துட்டு ராங்லி மேட்ச்டு, இது வந்து ராங்காக மேட்ச் ஆகிருக்குது. ஓகே, அப்போ இதில் வந்துட்டு நம்ம இந்த 150 கொஸ்டின்ஸுக்கான ஆன்சர்ஸு எல்லாத்தையுமே பார்த்தாச்சு. அப்போ இதில் வந்துட்டு இந்த இந்த அப்ஜெக்ஷன் ரைஸ், அப்போ இதில் எதெல்லாம் அப்ஜெக்ஷன் ரைஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறத நீங்கள் வந்து கமெண்ட் பாக்ஸில் நீங்கள் கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். அப்போ அதுக்கு வந்துட்டு ரெஃபரன்ஸ் புக்கு ஏதாவது இருந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன பண்ணலாம், இந்த அப்ஜெக்ஷன் கொஸ்டினுக்கு ரைஸ் பண்ணலாம். சரிங்களா? எந்தெந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸ்லாம் உங்களுக்கு தவறு போல் தெரிகிறது அது எல்லாத்தையும் என்ன பண்ணுங்கள், கமெண்ட் பாக்ஸில் நீங்கள் டைப் பண்ணுங்கள். அப்போது இதில் வந்துட்டு இந்த 150 கொஸ்டின்ஸையும் அதுக்கான ஆன்சர்ஸையும் நம்ம பார்த்தாச்சு. ஓகே, அப்போ அடுத்த வீடியோவில் நம்ம வந்துட்டு இதோட கட் ஆஃப் மார்க் என்ன அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம். இப்போ நிறைய பேர் எனக்கு கால் பண்ணி இந்த மார்க்ஸ் வந்து சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. வாட்ஸ்அப் மூலமாகவும் யூடியூப் மூலமாகவும் கால் பண்ணியும் நம்முடைய ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் நிறைய பேர் மார்க் சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. அப்போ அந்த மார்க் அடிப்படையில் இன்றைக்கி ஈவினிங் என்ன செய்ய போகிறோம், இந்த கட் ஆஃப் மார்க், அதாவது எவ்வளோ மார்க் எடுத்தாச்சுன்னா வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம இந்த ஈவினிங் அந்த வீடியோவில் நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம். ஓகே, அதாவது மேக்ஸிமம் 100 above எடுத்தாலே அதிகமான சான்சஸ் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். அதனால் 100 above உள்ளவங்கெல்லாம் என்ன பண்ணுங்கள், இந்த கமெண்ட் பாக்ஸில் உங்களுடைய மார்க்ஸை கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். உங்களுக்கான வாய்ப்பு ரொம்பவே அதிகமாக இருக்குது. ஏன்னா நிறைய பேருக்கு வந்துட்டு 100 below தான் மார்க்ஸ் வந்துருக்குது. சரிங்களா? கரெக்டான கட் ஆஃப் என்ன, அந்த கம்யூனிட்டி வைஸ் கட் ஆஃப் என்ன அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம ஈவினிங் வீடியோவில் கரெக்டாக நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம். ஓகே, உங்களுடைய மார்க்ஸ் என்ன அப்படிங்கிறதையும் என்ன பண்ணுங்கள், கமெண்ட் பாக்ஸில் உங்களுடைய மார்க்ஸை பதிவிடுங்க. அப்போ தான் அந்த கட் ஆஃப் மார்க்ஸ் கரெக்டாக சொல்கிறதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் கரெக்டாக இருக்கும்.